Hey, beautiful, beautiful day in Beyond Meat for me, BYND. And you know what? I think the color's my skin tone's pretty good in this one. I was watching a video comparing red cameras to Arri Alexa, and it was talking about skin tone and how the better cameras have that superior skin tone. I'll tell you what, this is a Logitech C920, I believe, the camera I'm using, the web camera, and it doesn't do bad. It really doesn't. If you look, I looked at it on a big screen, it comes across pretty good. Anyways, I'm not the kind of trader that sits there and gloats about, $22,000 today, and, I'm not going to mention the names of some of them, but it's really annoying when you get somebody on YouTube who is like, I made X amount today and it's so easy and just buy my class. All right, so that's not me. And I very seldom talk about making money or trading or my particular trading, like how awesome I am or something like that. But every once in a while, the stars just align and things just work out. And that was what it was like for me in BYND, Beyond Meat today. And to just preface this, I've been feeling like the short trade on this for a while now. The first big rip that Beyond had up, I shorted. It was right here on the chart. I shorted that, but I had a little dinky position. I was short like 20 or 30 deltas. Just sold some call spreads, but it ripped down $30 in my favor, which was a beautiful thing. And then I managed to kind of muck it up a little bit. Like I didn't completely cover at the bottom, and I was messing around with these condors and stuff. And I kind of mucked it up a bit. And anyways, I came into this other day this week. Stock was 166, and I was short all the way up to this 202 thing, but the same day it came back down. So I ended up scratching that trade pretty much. Got short around 166, went all the way up to 202, all the way back down to like 163, and I took the trade off, making a couple bucks. But today was a beautiful thing. I came in today, and the position I had was I was up a couple bucks coming in this morning. Just showed me up a couple $100, and I was like, oh, that's good. I'll just leave it because I had this sort of condor thing on. I was collecting like $80 a day in decay, just short a little bit of premium, short some options here, like pretty much strangles. But this thing rallies to 160, and I'm like, there's no way this thing is sustaining a rally. It's going straight back down. And I had such conviction that this thing was going straight back down that I went ahead and stock 160 here at 10 o'clock. I went ahead and I bought the July. I'm sorry, where was it? Yeah, this second week out. 5 July, with 14 days till expiration, I bought the 5 July 62.5, 57. So 162.5, 157 put vertical. I paid $3.20 for a $5 put vertical, and I bought 18 of them. And so that got me short about 125 deltas. So once again, if I can pull up my chart the way I like it here. Okay, so you see I bought this put spread, the 62.57 put spread 18 times. It can be worth $5 at most. I paid $3.20 for it. $3.22 for it. And right after I bought this, stock was 160. Right after I bought this, got me short about 125 deltas. And the stock just started to just move lower. So it moved from 160, 159, 158, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52. It's hanging there at around 152, 153. Boom, I flattened out my deltas by selling an out-of-the-money put spread I ended up selling the 145 140 put spread. I offered that at $2.50, or it might have been like $2.45. I can't remember. Let's look here, see what it was. I don't want to be like painting too rosy of a picture here. So I sold the 140 145 put spread, 241, 240, 239, 238. I sold a total of 18 of those. So it ended up legging into this condor type thing. It was a condor. So I bought the first part of the condor, the first put spread, rode the stock down $8, and then sold the out of the money put spread to complete the condor. So I sort of legged into it for awesome prices. So now, so if I bought the first put spread for $3.20, that's like selling the call spread, right? So if I bought the put spread for $3.20, that's like selling the call spread for what? Well, for $1.80. So it's synthetically selling the 160, the 157, 162 call spread for $1.80, and then selling that put spread against it for $2.40. And you've got yourself on this beautiful little condor. Now, if we look at the risk profile for this baby, as we get towards expiration here, this thing is going to as we get towards expiration for this condor here, if we stay in between 145 and 157, this thing is going to be a monster winner. In the meantime, if we just every day that we kind of stay in this range here is great. And let me just go ahead and recenter this date here for the right date, and we'll take a look at this. So it was a beautiful day. It showed me making like, I don't know, like $800, which for the small position is great. And so very happy about that. All right, so there we go. And as we move out to expiration, I'm not sure I can do this thing right here, but I don't know how I was able to do it before. But essentially, if this stays in between these strikes by expiration, thousands of dollars will come flowing into the account, and I don't really have that much risk on, because once I completed the second part of this condor, it showed I only had like $2,000 in buying power actually being taken up, because the prices were so good for this in the end. And so what did I do? Well, I added to this. I sold some more Vega, actually. So I picked a far out strangle, September strangle. I picked the September 70 230 strangle. I sold that 2 times, so that's a short Vega trade. I think volatility is going to come in on this one, because we've had the big up move, we've had the big down moves. It's kind of in the middle now. It's like the perfect situation for volatility to kind of come in here. Here's the chart, what it looks like right now. And, we're in the middle of the range. And if we just keep bopping up and down here, I could see like a little triangle developing here. And vol really coming in. So it's a beautiful thing. And like I said, I've got 14 days to go. If we can somehow stay between 157 and 145, which is a pretty close range, but even if we can stay there for just a few days, this thing is going to kind of collapse on itself. And I like the position. This BYND, every time it rips to the upside lately, it just can't hold a rally and it just collapses. I don't know if this is going to collapse back to 100. I kind of doubt it because a lot of people still like it and it seems to be a viable stock. I think that if anything, it could do like a Tilray and just slowly bleed lower over the next couple months. But I really don't know what it's going to do here. I do think that this hype is unwarranted, and I don't think we'll see 200 again for quite some time. But once again, beautiful day trading that one. I did jump in on UVXY here a little bit. Let's go to UVXY. I did have my buddy Sal tweeting me about TVIX, and I know when he asked me that he wants to get long TVIX because vol has come in here and it's getting to a level where he's usually right on this too, which is the frustrating thing for me. But he'll come in, he'll be like, "What do you think about TVIX?" And every time he says that, he wants to get long it. And let's see what happened. I think TVIX is up since he asked me that. Of course, right? So yeah, so he asked me. It was like 8 in the morning today. TVIX was like 19. He's like, "What do you think about TVIX?" And I said, I have no opinion. I don't want to put any position on. And it rallied $1 after that. So not a huge rally, but definitely a rally nonetheless. UVXY, same kind of rally here. Now, I put on this spread. I've been kind of talking about it for a while now. We're off of the all-time lows, a day off the all-time lows now. And so I went out to September and just traded an at-the-money put spread. So with stock was a little bit lower. Stock went out, it looks like 32.95, but with stock around 32 and change, I went out and I bought a few of these September 32 29 put spreads. So September 32 29 put spreads. And the prices they had were kind of fake earlier. You couldn't get it for $1.70. I think I paid $1.86 for this spread. Okay, so here's the thinking here for UVXY. Okay, tell me if you like this thinking. Too many of my trades have been too short term, and I jump on it, some sort of put spread, and every time I jump to the short side, it's like with like 30 days to go, the thing pops and rips my head off. And a lot of times what I do is I'll buy like an out of the money put spread with like 30 days to go, and it will just pop and rip my head off. So my thinking now is go way out, don't get greedy, don't look for like this huge win, but go out like 100 days and trade an at the money spread. And then with the thinking that contango, beta drift, all these things will conspire to at least take this a couple bucks lower in the next like 100 days. And then just put the spread on a little bit, maybe take, 1/5 of what my VIX capital, take 1/5, put a spread on. If it goes against, then maybe add a little more at better prices. If it goes my way, maybe just leave it, that kind of thing, and slowly add to it over time. And maybe wait a couple months, and then whatever the at the money is 2 months from now, go out another 30 days and buy another at the money spread. And you're taking a conservative spread. You're not buying way out of the money puts. You're not and you're not selling way out of the money call spreads. You're just doing an at the money type spread with months out, and just riding this thing lower. If you look at the chart, it seems to just slowly head lower. So if you buy at the money put spreads way out, they should be in the money by the time we actually get there. That's my strategy with this one. It's a longer term strategy, but with trading and stuff, if we take the supposition, and I want you to think about the supposition, the best traders in the world make 20% per year. So if we take as our goal to make, let's say, 40% per year, now that many people would say that's way too aggressive. And I don't really like to have goals for trading because things don't end up working out that way anyways. But what this is a way for me to reel myself back from taking risk. So take less risk, be less aggressive, and go farther out with my spreads and see if I can't reach that goal of 20% profitability for the year. And if I can, then that's a beautiful thing, and I'll just keep trying to replicate it. And if it does better, then that's great. But the key for me is to put together profitable year every year. Even if it's just $1 profitable, just put together profitable years every year. And things will conspire at some point to make it really profitable. I have that faith. But if I do things very conservatively with UVXY, I think that is the way to go. And the longer I've traded this, I've been trading this 3 years now, and the longer I trade it, the more and more conservative I get with it. And that trend continues. So let me know what you think about this. We're coming into the weekend. I promise you I'm going to finish editing this great interview and have it up this weekend. Been really busy with other job and everything, but exciting day today. Trading accounts up, I think, between like 8% today. So that's a nice move in the trading account today. Very excited about that. In BYND Meat, I didn't know I'd be trading this stock 3 months ago, but that's the way things sometimes work with trading. Is some issue that didn't contribute to your P&L last year all of a sudden becomes a major part of it this year. And the way you find these issues is you research, you keep your nose to the grindstone, you pay attention to what's going on to the market, and you look for opportunities. Thank you for watching. Appreciate all the comments. Please add me on Patreon. I know if you don't do Patreon, it's not that hard. You just attach your credit card, $5 a month. Not that big of a deal for you. Huge deal for me if it hooks me up and I can get out of like one of these side jobs and do this full time. I've got all these ideas for how to make much cooler videos, but I just don't have the time and the money to do it right now. But I do definitely have the desire. So please consider contributing on Patreon, even if you just do it for a month, just so you put up the print. Let's just put up your print. If you're somebody who's been following me for a while, just put up that print of like $1 on Patreon and make history with me as we build this channel. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have good trading. Get away from your computer, enjoy your weekend, and come back refreshed Monday morning for some more trading.